Hello everybody, this is Carol, welcoming you to the Hemlock Grove here at Lightspring Glen. Maybe some of you coming to these videos again. There's certainly been a gap between the last lengthy one anyway and this one, of the many that I created in the first year of the pandemic quarantining and lockdown. There's a whole series of them between the realms. Became less frequent last year, and here we are, the day before the vernal equinox. It's March 19th, 2022, and I was nudged to such a beautiful day, the weather warming up considerably from what was a snowy, really close to a blizzard in places in this part of the country last weekend. So now here we are, a bit of a bump up to above normal temperatures, but it feels good to be out here in shirt sleeves, creating this little bit of a video to wish everybody a happy spring. And some things simply wanted to be shared with you. As I pan around here a little bit, these beautiful standing ones here, but one that could not withstand a very, very fierce windstorm of a week ago. You see it there underground. The winds, and I'm trying to remember, it was on a Monday night, and it was just last Monday, so we had the snow, we had all of that, and then just a few days later, during the night, this incredibly fierce wind and rain, and even a bit of thunder, and one of the very tall hemlocks up at the top of the rise here simply snapped. But as it fell, it lay itself down, as I certainly see it, in a little bit of a hollow, and didn't all of its companions around it, and I just feel that they must somewhat catch it as it comes, and then the earth itself. But it is, after 9 springs, this being the 9th one, I know in a place like this, it's a dynamic woodland. Cycles of seasons and new growth and ending of things, that this would happen. It's the 3rd tall tree. One came down last season as well. I recorded some of my feelings about that in a blog post, and I will link that in the notes below this video. So honoring this beautiful standing one, and it will gradually simply be in the cycle that happens when trees' lives do reach their end, but honoring it here today. I'm sure you hear, in addition, as we circle around to come over and spend just a little time, a place familiar to a number of you who see these videos, and that is the pond here at Lightspring Glen. This is about the 9th take of this video, beginning with a cat assistant who is new to us of the last couple months, and she was so chatty and kind of underfoot that I finally realized I had to take her in and come back out and spend a little time here more quietly, with the exception of the water singing. There may or may not be the sound of birds that you might hear. If we're lucky, there might be a flock of geese happening by. That would be exciting. Something of this time of year and the newness of everything we move into Aries, and in the zodiacal wheel of the year, it is the new year. So we are invited to move into newness with new dreams and ideas of how we might further share our gifts with the world. These videos, at the time they presented themselves to me as something to take on, was certainly that for me. How to share this place with others. Since when I came here 9 years ago, I knew in part it was not only to become the lucky resident human, which of course I am and always will be, as I continue to make this my home, but to share its peace and beauties with as many who can come here. And if you're far away and can't make the journey, this is one way that I know I can share it with you. You can see just a tiny bit over there as I'm looking through the camera, but also directly to it. There's just a little bit of ice left. So it is definitely between the realm of winter and the realm of spring. A mourning dove is making itself heard. I certainly hope this video finds you in good health and spirits. And if you need the balm of nature, that you avail yourself of whatever is nearby. I've begun to offer meditations for the new moon. There'll be one upcoming that will be for the Aries new moon on the very last day of this month of March, the second new moon. If you're interested and hear this in time, do send me a message to find out more. It seems to be what is wanting my attention this year, and a way to share things with them, of what I have familiarity with, and some amount of experience, which is probably the same thing as familiarity. You can see a little bit of the blue sky there in the water. I'm aware of that. How wonderful is this? A crow in the distance on my morning walk today. A robin was singing up in the woods up further up the hill, tuning up for its springtime singing. It's absolutely wonderful. In the almost 2 years now, as I've begun making these videos, I think of where it is we find ourselves now, trying to wrap, I don't know, my head and my heart around the fact that in 2022, as we reach a better place with the, I don't know, the pandemic, I guess that'd be obviously the way to put it, that we are now immersed in the news of the challenges, the terrible events in Ukraine. What we can do as individuals is simply continue our prayerful thoughts, engaging our compassion and distress as best we can when ways present themselves. And so, though I've recorded this on other videos, what I'd like to include here at the end in this video is, once again, a poem of Mary Oliver's, poems of hers and several others that are of great source of inspiration and comfort. Rumi being one, Mary Oliver. However it is, their understanding of the world, heart and mind, is a comfort to us in these times. So I'll I'll do my best to offer wild geese to you and not trust you myself completely. I brought a copy of it out here, so I'm going to get it handy so that I share it with you appropriately. It's me picking up the book. Oh my gosh. I should have more confidence, but it's been a while since I've done it completely by memory. Wild geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies, and the deep trees, the mountains, and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. As I rehearse the poem a little bit to share with you, in light of everything that is presently ongoing in the wider world, there is even greater comfort in those words, and I am glad for it. So I thank you for joining me here in this day that is on occasion upended. Our lives are simply like that. Things happen. Things happen that we are not prepared for, and we just need to just be with it and allow. So with this, thank you for joining me as I come out here to be in my own place of tranquility and calm, and may some of it, as much as has been needed, the beauty of it, the calm of it, the tranquility, be of value, and whatever it can be for you in this day before spring. Wishing you very well. Feeling that I might not have been completely coherent, but then I haven't made one of these videos for a while. So thank you so much for joining me. Wishing you a wonderful day of the equinox. As we journey together through this year. Hope to see you again here at Lightspring Glen, whether in person or by video. Take good care. Much love. Bye for now.